gonna go really well or really poorly. I'm sure we can figure out which one real quick. Hello there, Bookish Babes. For those that don't know me, my name's Rainy Barton. I teach music, I read books, all sorts of books. I'm really into a fantasy romance kick right now, but honestly, I read all different types of genres. So if you're interested in that, please like and subscribe down below. It really helps my channel grow. Also, I apologize for going off the face of the planet for August. I went back to work. I was doing Amazing Readathon. I wasn't really doing anything else in my life, but I'm back. That's all that matters. Let's get back to reading good books, shall we? Now in today's video, I'm doing a couple of readathons in September because I'm crazy, but I'm doing 2 TBR games. I'm doing my TBR game first, my Friends themed TBR game, which if you've been around the block or you haven't, I took the Friends trivia game, turned it into a reading game, and it's mood reader-esque friendly. Watch the last couple episodes, you'll get a refresh on it real quick. I wanted to do mine first because I was hoping that then the prompts for the one that I did for Pick Pongathon, which I'm doing Pick Pongathon, that Krystal is doing, a bunch of my friends are hosting, and I wanted to actually throw ping pong balls instead of doing the random number generator. And actually, I'm a way better thrower than I thought I was. Not too shabby. Hand-eye coordination and all. But I was hoping that those prompts would fit from what books that I chose out of my TBR, and of course I have a feeling they're probably not gonna. But we're gonna really hope for it. So I'm doing Pick Pongathon, my TBR game, and then I'm also participating in Rom-Comathon, so we'll talk about what books I'm gonna read for that. I'm also participating in Scatagorathon, but I'm not gonna even roll for that because that's only or tell you what I'm reading for that, because that's only a 3-day event, and so I'm just gonna roll for that when the time comes. And then of course I'm doing some book clubs. Am I trying to read too many books again? Yes, Rainy. Yes, I am. But it's fine, okay? It's fine. And if you are wondering how I did in last month on my game, I had 7 books to read and I read 2. I'm not gonna I don't know why I did a TBR because Amazing Readathon kicked my butt. I was just trying to stay afloat with the prompts, okay? And of course, most of the books on my TBR did not fit any of the prompts. There were only 2 that fit. Heartless by Elsie Silver, which I finally read. Absolutely loved it. You'll find out about it in my wrap-up. And Savage Lover by Sophie Lark. Also absolutely loved. You'll find out about it in my very late wrap-up. And so I had a great time continuing on with those series, but I wasn't able to fit other books like Pen Pal and The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter and those sort of books into the TBR. So it just is what it is. I just didn't make it. Hopefully we do better this time. So we're gonna get started. I do my 6 rolls and see how they go. So before I roll, I figured I would tell you what I updated on my spreadsheet. So since I read Heartless and Savage Lover, I had to replace them. And so I replaced them with Powerless and Reckless by Elsie Silver because I'm trying to get through the Chestnut Spring series as quickly as I can so that I can finish in time for Beau's book, Hopeless, in October. And then I also finished another book and just didn't have a space for it last time and I forgot. So I added Remarkably Bright Creatures because I've been wanting to read that for a while. And then, yeah, so we're rocking and rolling. So far, because of this game, I have read 7 books, which I actually read Song of Achilles this month for the, oh, that's what the book I took off. I took off Song of Achilles because I read that during the Amazing Readathon, and so that's what I replaced with Remarkably Bright Creatures. And then I've read 7 books from this TBR game so far, and I have also skipped 7, but it's okay. It's okay. All right, so we are just going to get started and roll 1 and see what we get. So 32 is under Fears and Pet Peeves, which that is from new to me authors, and it's going to be a romance. So let's see which book I got. Oh my gosh. I literally almost put this for Rom-Comathon, and I think I'm going to, so it's going to double as a prompt. It's been decided. I'm going to be reading from Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata, which is also a hockey romance, I'm pretty sure. And I need to read a sports romance for Rom-Comathon, so we're just going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Yes. Or actually, no, this is figure skating. Figure skating. I've never read a Mariana Zapata. I've been really excited to. It is on the chunkier side, and I just don't know if a contemporary romance needs to be that big. But I've heard she's like the slow burn queen, and so we need to read from her herself. It literally says, if someone were to ask Jasmine Santos to describe the last few years of her life with a single word, it would be a 4-letter one. After 17 years and countless broken bones and broken promises, she knows her window to compete in figure ice skating is coming to a close. But when the offer of a lifetime comes from an arrogant idiot she spent the last decade dreaming about, pushing in the way of a moving bus, she might have to reconsider everything, including Ivan Lukov. Definitely excited for this. Yeah, I'm excited to finally get to this bad boy. All right, on to roll 2. So 12 is literature, and that is series, and that is also a romance. So the series that I'm going to be reading from, Oh my gosh, this game is just blessing me. Blessing me so much because we are continuing on with Brutal Birthright series. And we are reading Bloody Heart by Miss Sophie Lark. Which, this is a second chance book. And I know Pongathon is supposed to be light and fluffy. But this is a second chance romance. I might just switch it out. Oh, I'm so excited. We're reading Dante's story. So Dante's the oldest brother of the Gaio family. And I'm not really going to explain what happens in this Mafia romance book because this is book 4. You have to know a lot of the characters by now. Like, a lot has gone on. But I do know that this is a surprise pregnancy trope. And I've not particularly been a fan of that in the past. And Dante's not my favorite character in the Mafia family. But we're going to give it a try. So I'm so excited that this made it to the list. My camera, like, couldn't focus on me for a second. Anyway, what I was saying is, I'm very excited that we are continuing on in the Brutal Birthright series with Miss Sophie Lark. I'm just so excited to continue on. All right, on to roll 3. 19 is It's All Relative, which that is trending books. And I got yellow, which I believe I put as my choice. I just randomly picked whichever category, whatever genre I wanted for this. And so we got, oh my goodness, I'm picking the chunkiest chunking of books for this. I'll be right back. Reading yet the other giant big blue contemporary romance book on my shelves, Things We Never Got Over by Miss Lucy Score. It is just the year or the month of really long contemporary romances. So this one has a very bad long explanation. I've heard it's a romantic suspense novel. That's all I really know about a guy named Knox and a girl named Naomi. And you know what? That's all I'm gonna know about it because I've tried reading the synopsis before and I just get confused if we're being honest. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if I love romantic suspense because I read Indigo Hill by, Indigo Ridge by Jevney Perry and I liked it, but it was just interesting. Alright, we're gonna give it a try. So 30 is from It's All Relative, which was in the trending book section. And actually, I keep getting this book on my Libby's like hold, and then I keep renewing it and like pushing it back. And finally, I landed on it. So that means it's happening. I am actually going to read this book this month. I'm very excited to read this book this month. Let me go grab it. And we are finally reading Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. Do I know what this book is about now? Do I have the Book of the Month Special 2022 Year Edition? Yes, I do. And it's very pretty. So this is about two friends. I know it has video games in it. Often in love but never lovers, come together as creative partners in the world of video game design, where success brings them fame, joy, tragedy, duplicity, and ultimately a kind of immortality. Say less, if we're being honest. Like, say less. Am I gonna love this? I don't know. Am I gonna hate this? I don't know. I feel like you either love this book or you hate it. And I'm ready to see what majority I'm gonna be in. All right, roll 5. Roll 5. 5. 31 is Ancient History, which is authors I've read from before, and it is green, which is a thriller, so I'm going to be reading. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm getting the best books on this. This is what happens when you put books that you really want to read. But I'm not getting any fantasy romance. But I'm going to have fantasy romance happen. But let's get the book that I need to read for this. Honestly, I would have to dig to find that book, so I'm just going to pop up a picture on the screen, but I'm reading Saving Noah by Lucinda Berry. I'm so excited. I've loved The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. I've been wanting to read more. I know this one, I'm pretty sure, is about a family whose son is a pedophile. Pretty sure, something to that regard. So it's very intense, but I've heard it is a fantastic book. So I'm very excited to finally get to it. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun with this. So much fun. All right, last roll. 40 is Fears and Pet Peeves, which is new to me authors, and it is orange, which means that it's historical / contemporary. And for this, let me see. Actually, it's supposed to be green, and I need to change the sticky note. This is supposed to be green. So it's supposed to be green, which means it's a thriller. And I actually picked this book last month and didn't read it. So this is the second time that it's going to be put on the TBR, and it's 3 strikes, it's out. If I skip it 3 times, I have to get rid of the book. And it is Pen Pal by Dathan Auerbach, which we talked about last time. And that was the same story about this little kid that like ends up becoming pen pals with this creepy dude, and like all this crazy, awful stuff happens. It's kind of like on the verge of extreme horror. And so like, I really hope I get to this time, and we're getting towards like spooky season, so this would be the perfect time to pick it up. So hopefully I will read it. All right, time for Friends Lightning Round Trivia. Right, we know the drill. I have my little friends card. I'm going to put the timer on for 30 seconds. I got to get at least 3 out of 5 right in order to not have a bonus roll. All right, let me get my timer and begin. The night Monica and Chandler got engaged, what song did they dance to? I don't know. How much did Phoebe receive as a deposit to sing at Monica and Chandler's wedding? $5? What did Monica's parents do with her wedding fund? Oh my god. Didn't they turn it into like a weight room? Which friend massaged an old man with a pair of wooden spoons? Chandler? No, Ross. And which animal ate Rachel's face cream? The monkey! His name. I don't need to know. But the monkey. Okay. Oh god. I have a feeling I failed this. Monica and Chandler danced to Wonderful tonight. Didn't get that. $1. I said $5. They bought a beach house. Ross and the duck. Yeah, that's bad. That's not good. Unfortunate. I got 1. Alright, let's see what my roll was. Shall we? I picked black. That's not good. Because black is a nightmare prompt. A nightmare prompt. So I'm going to go grab my little things of nightmares and see what I get. Okay. And I got... I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. Read a book over 700 pages long. Okay. I'll be right back. I found the book that just made the cut that I've been avoiding for my whole life, and that is Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee. It is officially 713 pages, so it just made the cut. And what is this about? I can't explain, but it is a mafia fantasy book with like 2 mafia gangs. There's fantasy, there's romance, there's lots of death. It's very tragic. It's just, and there's magic. It's just fantastic. It's all the things. And I've heard this book is going to make me cry. I've put it on a couple of TBRs and keep not letting the sadness and the magic of this series end because it's one of my favorite fantasy series. I just need to get through it. Also, what the hell did I just do to my bangs? I just need to get through it at this point. So, it be what it be. So, if we're looking at just my stack alone for my game, minus Pen Pal and Saving Noah, this is a very chunky stack. I'm actually scared for my life. This did not help me, and something tells me that Pick Pongathon doesn't work for any of these. So let's see. Shall we? Here comes Pick Pongathon. Alright, I'm doing 5 books. I can only miss 5 times before I have to add another book. So here goes nothing. Alright, 1 miss. Oh, I got 1. Okay. Let's see. We got male author. Okay. We'll come back. I'm going to replace that real quick with middle grade. Okay, so for male author, the first role that you saw, I am going to be using Pen Pal by Dathan Auerbach because I'm already supposed to be reading that for my TBR challenge. So thank goodness the odds worked out ever in my favor for 1 book. So we're reading Pen Pal by Dathan Auerbach. On to the next challenge. 1 down, not too shabby, and I only missed once, right? Alright, 2 misses. 3 misses. Oh! Alright, we got newest edition. Ooh, interesting. Okay, with least excited for. Okay. Missed 3 times? Okay, not too bad. And I'm on number 3. Alright. Ooh, look at me go. Buddy read. Ooh. I'm going to have a friend to buddy read with me. Okay, I can do that. We're replacing it with plant. The next one is going to be a buddy read, and I chose Lisa Jewell's newest book, None of This Is True, because we are reading this for the Pretty Girls Book Club, run by Haley Hughes Patreon. I've been wanting to read this for a minute. A bunch of us are going to be reading this together. All I know is it's about when a famous podcaster interviews a stranger promising to divulge the story of a lifetime, secrets emerge that threaten to expose the truth of the lives they've both worked hard to project and protect. And I'm pretty sure there's an actual podcast now that goes with this book. I'm very excited. I've only read 1 Lisa Jewell book, but I absolutely loved it. Everyone is saying that this book is fabulous. I'm very excited to finally get to add it to the TBR. Number 4. That was terrible. That's 4 misses. Oh, crap. I'm about to have to add another. Alright, I have to add another book. That's fine. I'm pretty sure I already made it into that cup. No, skip. Okay, skip. And it's orange, which means that it is a punishment, which means I have to do a kneeling throw for my next one. Oh, that sucks. Skipping that to male protagonist. Okay, cool. Kneeling throw. Yeah, no. That's my second miss, or no, my first miss of the new books. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. We got, animal. We're going to replace that with even page number. Okay. The book that I'm going to choose for a book with an animal is going to be Lost World by Michael Crichton, which requires me to finish Jurassic Park first, and I'm 60% of the way through, so I think that's actually doable. But I am reading this for a special dinosaur vlog that is going to be coming out in a very close theater near you, hopefully. If you don't know what Jurassic Park and Lost World are about right now, you live under a rock. They're about dinosaurs on an island, killing people and shit. And that is what it's about. Fifth book. Second miss. Third miss. Least excited for. Okay, not excited for that. But I do get a reward for that. And my reward is going to be -1 book! So we're done. Alright, we're done. So that's all I need to do then, is these 5. So I need to find a newest edition, a male author, a buddy read, an animal, and least excited for. I will be back. We are going to make an addendum to this because I messed up on Pongathon a couple of times. One, I didn't know what skip meant until after. And skip meant that it counted as a successful prompt or a successful toss. And I didn't have to add a book to that. So, because of that, that threw off everything else. But I'm going to count that now. And so I had skip. Since I messed that up, I thought that since I landed in the same cup twice, it would have been the newest edition or newest book on my shelves that I'm least excited for. And that was going to be The Bone Witch by Ringe Pico. However, the last thing that I rolled was the book I'm least excited for, and it came with a reward, -1 book off the TBR. Hence, I am taking this book off of my TBR, and I'm not going to be reading it. So I only have to actually read 3 books for Pongathon. It actually worked out very well for me. For Pongathon alone, I only have to read 3 books, which is super awesome. We started out with 5, had to go to 6, ended up with 3. And you know what? That's a pretty good day to me. So we are going to be reading Pen Pal by Dathan Auerbach, and None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, and Lost World by Michael Crichton. And you know what? I'm very excited about that. Camera keeps getting out of focus. I'm very excited about that. Thank God. So now let's talk about the couple of books that I am still going to be trying to read, even when I have all of those books. So I'm going to hopefully be reading Good Bad Girl by Alice Feeney, the newest Alice Feeney for Gabby's Book Troop, because I'm obsessed with Alice Feeney. I loved Rock, Paper, Scissors, and I can't wait to get to this. So hopefully I'm going to be reading that. Riley's book club is reading Night Film by Mariana Peschel, and I've been wanting to read that book for 5 million years, but I'm not going to set in stone that I'm going to read that, but I really would love to get to that if I hopefully could. Bri's book club from Four Paws Into Books is reading Gideon the Ninth, and I've always wanted to read Gideon the Ninth as well, but I'm not going to make a promise on that. So these are kind of like hopefuls at the end. I mean, all these books are hopefuls, but whatever. And then the one that I do want to read, because I actually paid to join this book club, is probably Smut's book club, because they do special edition books. I'm so sad I missed their 4th Wing edition. But they do special edition books, and it comes with a t-shirt and stickers and all of this stuff. So we are reading a new fantasy romance called Threaded by Tay Rose, and I'm so excited for that. I don't know much about it, but I've heard, sorry if you hear the trash people, the trash cans are going late at night because we just had a hurricane. But anyway, I'm super, can you please focus? Like, just focus. I'm super excited for that. A fun fantasy romance. And of course, there are other books that I wish I could get to, because I didn't actually really add any fantasy romance onto the TBR, but if I add any more books, we're going to be here 5,000 years. So thanks for coming. I didn't even talk to you about Rom-Comathon. You know what? I'm going to keep that a secret, and you can find out what books I'm going to read for Rom-Comathon when it gets to Rom-Comathon. But now for real, I'm going to leave, and I'm never going to read all these books, but you're going to love me anyway. All right, I'll see you guys in another video very soon. Bye!